Shalom. Shalom. I want to first start this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm Shaquat, and I'm back here with another lesson. Lord willing, is edifying to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Slakia. And a sincere shalom to you brothers out there pushing this truth down the highways and the byways and through these YouTube lessons, man. Shalom to you all. Alright, as I said, Lord willing, this be edifying. So, as you see by the title, feels like the Hunger Games. Alright, feels like the Hunger Games. Alright, so I want to actually look this up really quick. Slug, man. Just in case you've never seen the Hunger Games before, never heard of it or whatever, just gonna try to find a brief overview of it. Wikipedia probably got a best, good summary. So it says the Hunger Games start at verse 13. It says, and when the dragon, now if you don't know who the dragon is, you could go up earlier in this chapter and you will see that it speaks about the dragon wanting to put a baby to death, ultimately a child to death. That child was Yahushua. That dragon was talking about Herod. Given that it was talking about Herod, the emperor, all right, then you know it's talking about the Roman Empire. So this dragon is the fourth beast, the Roman Empire, which the modern day revived Roman Empire is made up of NATO in the EU. All right, NATO starting with seven heads. All right, you got the 7 heads and 10 horns. The 7 heads is NATO, and the 10 horns is the EU. The 7 heads is made up of what? Let's see if I remember it. You got Germana Major, which Germana Major and Germana Minor, which Germana just means Germany. All right, those 2 regions. You have Britain. You have France. All right, that's 4. Rome. All right, Greece, and you have Spain. All right, so that makes up the 7 heads. That makes up the NATO. All right, and then you have the 10 horns, which is just fucking a whole bunch. That's EU, which stands for Europe. All right, there was hella European nations. Now it's like I think it's like over 30 that have joined the EU at this point in time. All right, so it went from 10 horns to like 30 something now. All right, it's a lot now. Right, so I'm not even going to try to name it at all. I know the hell well I don't know all of them. Right, but there you have it. So, so this dragon is the 4th beast. All right, who's the head of the 4th beast? Who's that whore? America. Right, so it says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, meaning he saw that his rulership was failing. Right, he saw that he was failing. Right, he saw that he was put out of power. All right. Now, ultimately, this is talking about 70 AD, right? His rulership, this dude's system was collapsing at that time. The ancient Roman Empire was collapsing near that time. All right, Yahushua had just perished off the scene, right? Well, he got crucified, came back on the scene, and left in a chariot, right? But Yahushua just got off the scene and all of that stuff. And Yahushua prophesied about 70 AD. When you go into the book of Matthew and etc., he prophesied about a time of a siege, ultimately, of us getting fucked up by the Romans, all right, where they sacked the temple in 70 AD. So it says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman. Now that woman is talking about Israel, which brought forth the man-child. That man-child is Yahushua, all right? Because he came out of our nation. So a lot of people will try to say, oh, the woman is talking about Mary. No, earlier the woman was talking about Mary. Now the woman here is just talking about Israel, because Yahushua, at the end of the day, he's an Israelite, is he not? The book of Hebrews said our Lord sprang out of Judah. Judah is an Israelite tribe. Is it not? It is, right? So when you continue on, it says, and to the woman, talking about the Israelites, were given 2 wings of a great eagle. 2 wings of a great eagle. Now, does that mean we hopped on the eagle's back and we flew the hell away during 70 AD? No, that's not what that means. Does it mean that we grew wings and flew away? No, it's a metaphor, all right? It's a figure of speech, right? It means that we took off. We were getting sieged, we were getting fucked up. The temple was getting sacked by the Romans, and we just took the fuck off. That's when we took off, and that's how you got a lot of Israelites scattered in Africa now. Took off to wherever the hell we could, whether that was in the land of Ham, which is Africa, whether it was deeper into Asia, right, etc. We scattered. We've been scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, ultimately. And that 70 AD event typically that mainly really affected more so the Southern Kingdom, as we were the ones still over there. By the time of 70 AD, most of Northern Kingdom, because you still had Northern Kingdom over there, and Northern Kingdom even got caught up in this 70 AD event. Some did, but the majority of Northern Kingdom had already went on a voyage overseas to the Americas by this point in time. This happened after the Northern Kingdom coming over to the Americas. That happened right after the Assyrian Empire. But do you have Northern Kingdom scattered throughout the whole world? Yeah, so Northern Kingdom was even caught up. Some were caught up in 70 AD, right? But it says, unto the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle. We explained that. And that great eagle is not talking about America. It's just talking about us getting the fuck out of Dodge, going wherever the hell we could to get away from trouble. And it says, and to her place. All right, now what's this place talking about? America. Now you talking about America. All right, into her place. Now that's talking about America. It says where she is nourished for a time. And what? Jake has been nourished. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, you've been getting your ass whooped, but you've been nourished. My nigga, you're a part of the society. You're in. You're in, my guy. Right? You're in. You're able to go to the grocery store. You're able to travel. Right? You're able to eat out in restaurants and stuff. You're able to drive your vehicle. You're able to play video games. You're able to fuck bitches. Right? You're able to do things. Jake has been nourished. You're getting government benefits. That's the point of this lesson. You're getting government benefits, whether it's SNAP, right? For the women, child support and alimony and stuff like that. All these government aid benefits and things like that, you're getting it. Even if you're not on government benefits, you're getting nourished. Are you not? It may not be a good nourishment, but you're still getting taken care of in a sense. You're getting upheld. Esau is giving you just enough to live. That's still nourishing. When you go into this word, nourish, let's go into it actually. Hello, oh, there you
go. Strong's G 5142.
Trefo. It says to nourish, support. It's a support. Feed, to give suck, to fatten, to bring up, nurture. What did the book of Isaiah say? We're going to go to that. It said, make the heart of this people fat. What? Wait, hold on. Nourish, bring up. Let's come back to this. Salakia, I got to go back to a good amount of scriptures. Forgive me. It's in Isaiah 6. Isaiah 6 and starting at we just go to the point for time's sake. Verse 10. Make the heart of this people fat. The Israelites, make the heart of this people fat and make their ears heavy. And shut their eyes lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. Now, when you go into this word fat, let's see what it gives us. Let's see what it gives us when we get here.
Strong's H 8080. Shaman. Or second entry.
That's enough. Shaman. And it means to become fat, grow fat. No, that's not what I'm looking for. It's not really giving me much to work with. Let me go. Let's see what it gives me for heart. It's not giving me too much to work with, so forgive me. Here we go. This is better. So I looked up, what does it mean to wax fat? And one of the definitions it gave, we're going to look at this second entry here. It says to prosper and become complacent. Now, what happens when you become complacent? You become comfortable, right? It says it can describe someone who, because of their success or prosperity, becomes complacent or kicks against their good fortune. Didn't Yahushua say to Apostle Paul, why hast thou kicked against the pricks in the book of Acts? All right. So ultimately, you're kicking against Yahushua. All right. When you take this, accept this nourishment, and become comfortable and drunk off of this juice. The heathens aren't just drunk off Babylon juice. You Israelites are as well, right? So, yeah, you even got Deuteronomy 32 and 15. It says, describe Jeshurun, another name for Israel, who waxed fat and kicked. I didn't even think to get that one, right? So it's becoming complacent. So the Lord made the heart of our people fat. He made them comfortable. When you go to Deuteronomy, the one that it was talking about there, Deuteronomy 32 and 15, get that highlighted. I don't know why it's not. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook the Most High, which made him. He did. We forsook the power that made us because the Lord made the heart of our people fat. I'm talking about as a nation, right? Because the Lord deals with judgment as a nation, not just one singular person. And it says, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. All right. And who's that rock? That rock is Yahushua, right? We didn't revere. All right. Which ultimately at this moment, you could say it's talking about Yahweh, right? Because Yahushua wasn't on the scene yet, but Yahushua was mentioned in this book, actually, in Deuteronomy. He was mentioned by even Moses. Moses prophesied about Yahushua. All right, Yahushua is in the Old Testament, but this right here is more so talk about Yahweh. But regardless, the point is, we wax fat as a nation. The Lord gave us aid. He made us comfortable, right? So when you go back. Actually, when you go back to Isaiah 3, and then I'm going to go back to Revelation 12, it says that stay in a staff. Let's go into those words really quickly so you know I'm not lying to you. Stay, support, all right? And when you go into the other one, a staff, support of every kind. So both of those words go into a support. So the Lord is taking away your support. And when you go back to Revelation 12, again to back Deuteronomy 32 and Isaiah 6, and you go back here, it's, I'm going to start from the top. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into a place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time. Don't ask me to do the full math on that. I couldn't do it for you. But it's for a period of time, Israel will be nourished. And it says from the face of the serpent. All right. Anyway, so yeah, we've been nourished as a nation. And now the Lord is taking away that stay in that staff. He's taking it away from our people. Right? He's taking it away now. And our people are suffering. And this is a foreshadowing, all right, a omen of the judgment of the nation of Israel as a whole. Right? Now, are you going to have people getting saved out of that judgment? Of course, the elect, starting with the 144,000 mighty men, which are the aristocrats, and then on down to the rest of the elect, the innumerable multitude, which make up the 1/3, right, in Revelation 7 and 9, which no heathens are a part of that. No matter how, somebody tries to spin it and include the heathens, they're not a part of that, bitch. Anyway, if you think that, you a bitch. Anywho, Salakia. So there you have it. And the Lord is now taking away that comfort. Right, so let's go back to, I almost forgot about this. So we're going to start at verse 12 again. These punishments, these plagues. Egypt shall mourn, notice America, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn. Whoa, what? They that till the ground shall mourn. Now, what is this talking about concerning they that till the ground? Your farmers. Are the farmers not mourning at this point in time? Yeah, man, the farmers are mourning. All right, they're looking for people to do farm work because who was the ones mainly running these farms? Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom was running these things, right? Northern Kingdom was running these farms. Now they're deporting the shit out of Northern Kingdom. All right, everybody's suffering, right? Everybody's suffering. They can't find nobody to work on these farms because they no fucking American going and working for pennies on a fucking dollar for this super labor. Because farming is laborsome work, man. It's very taxing. And they're barely paying anything. They're not even paying minimum wage and shit. They're barely paying anything. So why would somebody want to fucking work in those conditions and not get any fucking money at all? They have to work long hours. Right? So that's what it's going into. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail. Remember, their seeds are failing. And they're also getting paid to just dump their goods and crops. Anyway, they're getting paid, apparently, allegedly. I've seen a few videos concerning it. To dump their crops and stuff, right? And all that whatnot. To dump their crops and shit and whatnot on the sides of roads, basically being wasteful. That's also manufacturing a famine, right? And people are going to suffer. That's what you don't realize. That's what these people of the world don't realize. Everybody's out partying, especially Jake. Me and the Akim, a few of the Akim was talking about this earlier today, concerning something I was dealing with last night and concerning something that a brother saw today. Jake is out here having fun, or at least they're appearing to have fun, because really behind closed doors, they're getting fucked up by the curses, right? No matter how they try to look on the outside, I know what's going on behind closed doors. Them curses are kicking your black ass up and down the block. But they're trying to mask that pain by being out here partying, being at a house of murder. But at the end of the day, that's only going to lead to judgment and more judgment. Now it says, through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So Jake, I'm talking to you, Jake. You niggas in the world having fun, partying, thinking this is life. Hey man, you're through. The Lord said destruction to you niggas, man. Destruction to you. You're going to end up facing your demise. You're going to receive a dreadful punishment, a dreadful judgment. All right, it's going to be very immense pain. The scriptures say you're going to learn by way of death by pain. That's not fun. All right, you're going to get fucked up so bad that the Lord said, don't even worry about how the wicked are going to be punished. Just worry about how the righteous are going to be saved, because you niggas are going to get fucked up. It's going to be very bad. It's already very bad. It's going to get even worse. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. All right, what's the modern day sword? The gun. And one people shall stand up to fight against another. All right, so the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people gonna stand up to fight against another. What does that sound like? That sounds like civil unrest. That sounds like civil war. You got race wars coming out of that. You have faction wars. All right, neighbor on neighbor, brother on brother, random on random. You know, enemy on enemy, friend on friend. However you want to say it, it's gonna get very fucking bad out here. It is all going to be because nobody got food. They're going to start gnawing on each other and shit. You know, the Bible goes into cannibalism in Isaiah the 9th chapter, 2 Kings chapter 6, Lamentations 4. That happened before, and it's going to happen again. Right? So it says, where am I at? And swords in their hands. So and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Like I said, the modern day sword is a gun. Could they use a knife or a real sword? Yeah, but the modern day sword typically is talking about a gun, right? So they're gonna be, hey, ain't gonna be no more friends in Jacob's trouble. You see that in these apocalypse movies, these end time movies. You know, somebody who they once thought they were good with for 20 years or whatever, they've been friends, have a long shit. The fan, yeah, you found out they ain't your fucking friend. You are now, good Lord, you are now their enemy. Fuck. Fuck. Give me a moment. What the fuck, dude? That's some bullshit, bro. Gotta get out my car doing that shit, bro. Fuck. That's insane shit. Nigga trying to kill me. Anyway, it says, I'm losing my spot. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men. Now, when you go into that word sedition, it means basically a uproar, right? An uprising of the people. All right, sedition. All right, and you have the government. They're going to start enacting that sedition act, right? Let's go to the word sedition here. Sedition meaning. It says conduct or speech, all right? Conduct or speech, because Apostle Paul and the many other apostles like Apostle Peter, etc., they got accused of sedition. Even Yahushua was accused of sedition. He got judged right alongside an actual criminal. Now, how much? That's some bullshit, ain't it? It says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority or a state of monarch, right? So, which America is not technically a monarch, but it is under a wicked rule. So it's still it's rebelling against the authority. And remember, it's not just speech, but it's also action. It said conduct, which is talking about action too. So action and words. So it's going to be sedition, people saying, hey, rebel. We're going to rebel against the government. What's this one Edomite say? This one Edomite, I don't remember his name, but he's clearly controlled opposition saying shit like this, right? He basically said, if the ICE and the troops show up to your door, shoot them. What? Yeah, that's gonna get your ass killed. That's smart. Shoot the niggas. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. Anyway, it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. All right. So you're gonna have people ravaging and spoiling each other's houses. You're gonna have people invading other men's women. RAPing them. All right. Goes into that in Isaiah 13 and 16, which ultimately that's a curse to Esau, but that's going to be taking place in the time of Jacob's trouble, right? And to you women out there who wanted to have, you wanted to be a city girl, hot girl summer, look like a hoe, have fun, right? Better yourselves, right? You're fixing yourself, right? You're healing. Well, don't look to brothers in the time of Jacob's trouble to try to save you. I'm no Captain Save the Hoe, all right? And neither are brothers. So we gonna look at you and we just gonna be like, damn, and give you a shrug. You cook, bitch. Don't expect us to save you out of this shit. And the Lord is gonna give us the spirit to know who you are in that day. So to continue on, it says, let's read that again from the top. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Now, what is the kings and princes? They're talking about your government officials, right? Your police officers, your troops, right? Your president, your mayors, your what else is it? Mayors. What's that other one called? Your governors, your mayors, your governors, all that whatnot. You're not gonna regard them anymore. right? It's going to be power to the people. Actually, it says that. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So the power is going to be to the people for a period of time, because they're going to, as a man shall not, it's like a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And that could also include going into a different state, not even just a city. You know, they have these 15-minute cities they're trying to implement right now, and it's going to be enforced in that day, especially when they fully implement that MOTB. Oh yeah, you better believe it, right? And it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So because of your great pride, like it says in it goes into this in 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter, around the 50th verse as well, about calamity coming upon those who are proud in these days, right? Oh, what the fuck are we doing? Standing in the middle of the street. Salakia, just bear with me a moment. Bear with me one moment. A lot of individuals out here. Slacky, keep bearing with me a moment. What's this guy doing? Anyway, Salakia for that. So back to the point. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. These are the times we're coming into where men are going to be afraid. Remember the book of Jeremiah, the 30th chapter? I'm not going to go there right now. But what does it get into concerning that, right? It goes into how Jeremiah was like, why do I see every man with his hands on his loins travailing as a woman with child? Basically, men in fetal positions crying like they're bitches, right? These are the times we're coming into where men are going to be suffering, afraid, etc., right? And it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Good Lord. Hey, that's civil unrest if I haven't ever heard of it, right? It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That was the point. The lack of bread and great tribulation is going to lead to people losing their fucking minds. You're not yourself when you're hungry. I mentioned it earlier. That Kit Kat commercial ain't bullshitting. You're truly not yourself when you're hungry. And when these people get put on an involuntary fast by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, these people have never fasted before. They never went a couple hours without. When they fast is when they're sleeping. They never fast when they're awake. They got to stuff their mouths the moment they get out of fucking bed. Fat fucking bitches. All right? That's the SAD, right? The standard American diet is SAD. That's literally the abbreviation. SAD. Or the acronyms. I think they call it acronyms. That's the acronyms for it. SAD. SAD. Standard American diet. Tough work. Tough work. All right, and many more of these judgments are going to continue coming upon these people. You people are going to suffer, man. Like I said, I don't think you really understand the magnitude of what's about to happen. When I say you, I'm talking about 2/3 of our people, and even a lot of heathens. But the heathens, most heathens see it more than Jake. They don't understand the magnitude of the judgment that is about to come upon this place. All right, you Israelites are going to be through. That's why it's called the time of Jacob's trouble, right? So Lord willing, this was edifying, man. Feels like the Hunger Games, right? Call Allah Yahweh Bashimi Awashai, Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us his truth in the spirit and power. And until next time, Abba Ball, Kwam Yasharala, Gadol Abadiam, Lababah Gadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wa Habathum. And until next time, I would like to say to you all, Shalom.